Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Monday, July 13th, 2020. We're in the first day of the trading week and the last hour of the trading day. The last hour, in particular, the last few minutes of the day, is my favorite place to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. At the end of the day, you have the large financial institutions coming in. They deal with the most money. They have the best information, best technology, and that is when they start to wake up for the day and make the majority of their buying and selling decisions at the end of the day. There's an old saying, amateurs trade the open and pros trade the close, and that's what they mean by that. So anyway, thank you so much for coming today. It's always nice to have you here. I appreciate you coming and spending and investing your time with me. I always look forward to it, so thank you so much. Well, interesting day today. Holy smokes. I mean, it's just nuts. It's just nuts. I haven't seen anything like this for a long time. It doesn't even seem real. Dow Jones is up 386 points. It was up higher earlier. The NASDAQ is up about 12 points, up 0.11. That was up much higher earlier. And the S&P is up 20 points, approximately up 0.62%. So it's been a wild day. Big up and then a big pullback, and we'll have to see what the final hour brings. So Dan is here. Hey Dan, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming. Evan is here. Good afternoon to you, Evan. Hope you're doing well. Hey Kamal, how you doing, bud? Good chatting with you earlier today. Miko25 is here. Hi Miko, good to see you, sir. David is here. Hey Dave, good to see you, my friend. And Glenn is here. Hey buddy, what's going on? Good to see you. All right, well, we've got a lot to go over, a lot to cover today, so we'll get right to it. Plan for today: first, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them moving forward. Then some of you have been kind enough to share your trades with me on the board. I see a few of those on there doing really well, so we'll take a look, see how those are doing. Then we are going to spend a few minutes talking about trader psychology, trader philosophy, good trading words of wisdom, just things outside of charts and technicals, hopefully that if we hear them every day, it will help us with the psychological component of trading, which I believe is, in my opinion, is the most important part and component of trading. After that, I have identified some possible candidates today, going through my list, and with the help of Kamal's really great scanner that looks for a confluence of signals, counts them on up, and that's what his scanner does, and it's really great. I appreciate him doing that every day. So going to go through those candidates. I have 3 requirements when I want to look to enter any trade. First, look for a confluence or combination of indicators. I look at each indicator as a potential group of buyers. You're going to put yourself in the best position to have a profitable trade. You're going to increase your chances dramatically if you're in the company with a lot of other buyers. Think about if you were the only buyer and everyone else was a seller. If we take it to an extreme, it would be very difficult to make money in that case. So I'm looking for a confluence, of combination of buyers all coming together. Step number 2, have to make sure we have a good risk to reward, at least 2 times to the upside based upon valid support, likely support, and only losing 1 to the downside based upon valid support. So risking 100 to the downside, or making 200 or more to the upside. And the number 3, just make sure you are aware of your position size, how many positions you have, what the correlation is. Always important to do that. You don't want to have too much account heat on at any one time. So going to go through those, going to narrow them down, go through with a fine-tooth comb, try to narrow them down, look for the best possible one at the end of the day, and if I find something, I'll place the trade near the close. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify anything. If there's any stock symbols that you would like me to look at, I'm happy to do that as well. If there's any stock symbols you'd like me to look at before the market closes, please do me a favor and just go ahead, put it in the chat, but please put an asterisk or emoji by it so that I know it's time sensitive, and I'll do my very, very best to get to it before the end of the day. And then for sure after the market closes, if you could wait until the market closes, if you have any updates for me on your current positions that are up on the board, if you have any additions or subtractions, please let me know, and I will try to get those done. But please wait till the end so I'm not up against the clock. And that's the plan for today. So listen, I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thanks. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, thanks for hanging out. Okay, hello Greg and group from Frank. Hey buddy, good to see you. Glenn says out of Dexcom this morning. All right, I will take Glenn off there. Yeah, it's a big reversal bar today, so let's get rid of all this. All right, and Frank is here. I mean, I already said hello to Frank. Quad Racer's here. Hey buddy, good to see you. Good afternoon and group. Hope you all had a great weekend. Same to you, Quad. Quad says, Greg, hoping to get your thoughts on XLU 520 cross, though not sure if it backtests well as with BA Ultra and WBA. So I am in XLU at the moment. Let me take a look real quick and see. Let's see. 520 EMA day cross, boom. Well, it's positive. It is positive, Quad. Not a huge amount. But it is positive. What else did you want to look at? BA. Okay, I have BA on the list to look at when we go through it. ULTA. I don't really see anything on Ultra here. Not really at all. There's not a V1. There's rejection of the 1ATR channel. Not a double bottom divergence. I don't see anything there. And WBA. Uh-oh. I do not want to mess up my charts like I did last time. I have a strange way of having to put in the symbols. I have to hit something before I do it. I have to hit a key. Yeah, I don't really see anything there either. I think XLU, you know, the one I'm in already, probably the best. Glenn says out of NEM. Okay. If you could, Glenn, if you could wait till the end, I would appreciate it though. But I will take that off right now. That was a nice trade for Glenn. Okay. Okay, Frank has a poem. Sometimes traders need to take themselves to the woodshed. Those moments our egos take over our heads. Because we are human, we're often assuming, and that's a mistake that can be dooming. Oh, good stuff. Let me read it again. Sometimes traders need to take themselves to the woodshed. Those moments our egos take over our head. Because we are human, we're often assuming that a mistake, and that's a mistake that can be dooming. Spot on as always, Frank. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. I always appreciate the effort and wonderful poem that's always relevant. Appreciate that. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I hope that helped, Quad. But I mean, really, the Walgreens and the Ultra. Oh, I didn't look at B. Okay, well, I had BA, but let's look real quick. I mean, I like BA best of all. Although we did have a V1 Friday with the rejection of the -1 ATR channel. Did it close above 50 though? It did. I guess Friday really would have kind of been the day to do it. I like Friday better than now because we've gone up so much higher and we've rejected a bunch of these moving averages. So I don't really see, I mean, we're reversing here quite a bit. So, all right. Well, speaking of, let's go through and take a look-see. BRKB, I did buy BRKB on Friday. We had this nice higher low V2. MACD was positive, under 50, over 50. I bought it here at 182.79. It is up 1.03% today. Did hit one profit target here at 184.58. Didn't get really close to the second profit target. So anyway, so far so good. If this can move up to this red line here, this will be my 1 ATR for my entry. And at that point, I can start trailing. So not quite there yet, although getting pretty close to that 100. Disney. All right. Well, Steve Burns and we basically bought here at the same price. I think I bought one day earlier with the 520 cross and this taking out this fractal, which is this high over here. Steve bought the next day when we had the 1050 EMA cross. Like I said, we both essentially bought at the same price. Did go up on Friday, did hit one profit target, no profit targets today. You see it hit the orange line here. The orange line means that it did go at least one ATR for my entry. So at this point, with the close below the previous day's low, I would get out. But so far, so good, although it was up earlier and now it is down, but still profitable on the trade. Micron. So Frank, Kamal, David, and myself did buy Micron here with this bullish engulfing, rejection of the 200, V1, false breakout to the downside, bought it at 49.98, was up a little on Friday. Today it was up much higher. I did hit two profit targets, thankfully. This is a good example of why I do like to phase out, especially for days like today. So I did hit one 51.52 and one here at 52.20, right at the very, very top of the day. And it is reversed quite a bit. I don't like that we have a V1 to the downside. I don't like we've rejected the -1 ATR channel. This one may be on the chopping block at the end of the day and just lock in profits. I'll have to circle back and take a look at this one. Okay, SPY, real quick. In case we have some new viewers, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk and I sell it first thing the next morning. I do this based not upon technicals, just based upon the results of doing this every day since 1993. So Lizanne Saunders at Bespoke Invest tested two approaches every day since 1993. First approach, buy the SPY at the open, hold through the day, sell at the close. If you use this approach every day since 1993, you'd actually return a negative 13.9%. However, if you did the opposite, and like I do, buy the SPY at the close, hold overnight, take the overnight risk, sell the first thing the next morning, the results were positive 634.2. So negative 13.9 compared to positive 634.2 is a big difference. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Blue line is the buy in the afternoon, sell the next morning. Orange line is the buy in the morning, sell in the afternoon. You can see it's not even close. Over time, the buy in the afternoon, sell the next morning. It's just gone up and up and up and up over time. There are drawdowns. I have been through them. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, I can tell you that, right? But net, ever since I've been using this, it has been profitable. It was dark days in March, but had a really huge comeback. Okay, with that being said, I did buy SPY at the close on Friday at 317.59, and I sold it, nice little gap up here at 320.06. So pretty sweet, and it has reversed, come back down. So earlier in the day when we were way up, I thought, dang, it's always going up after the close, but now it is definitely below the open. So 317.59, got out at 320.06. That's a nice little trade. Excuse me. USO. Well, this has been a really slow boat here on USO. I did buy USO, which is oil, on the weekly. I bought it back here 6/19/20 the week of. Had a V1, which was a nice higher low V1, and it went under 30 over 30. Bought it here at 28.40. Has been in the profit a lot of the day, but right now, I mean, it's in the profit by 15 cents. But my stop here is a close below halfway of this washout bar, or if we move up, my profit target's up here. But this is a very slow moving trade because of it's a weekly bar. All right, and then lastly, XLU. Kamal, Karen, and myself did buy XLU with this false breakout to the downside. Nice V1, closed back over 50, MACD positive, bought at 57.50. Did hit one profit target today at 58.33. We are lower than that, but again, that's why I like to take profit targets. So all in all, pretty good day on the swing positions. Disney's down, Micron's down now, and oil's down. But the other ones was fortunate enough to hit those intraday profit targets before they turned around. All right, I do have a couple day trades here to show you, not a bunch, but they were both positive. Let's see, this is Russell 2000. Oh man, I was on Skype with Kamal, and this is a good example, everybody, of I decided to be a discretionary trader today instead of just letting my trade play out. I'm not complaining, but I kind of am, because I'm just mad at myself. Anyway, here this is the 5-minute bar. Here we're above the, this is the Russell 2000, above the ATR, above the value zone, came into the value zone, lots of nice sideways motion. This bar here, I got a V1, which means a rejection of the previous day and close above. I bought here at 142.48, and it immediately went up my way, and here it got a little weak. It had that wick on the top of the bar, and I thought, you know what, that was a nice little trade from 142.48 up to 143.06. It's a nice little trade. I didn't wait for a close below the previous day's low or the rejection or the 70 RSI. I just went, that's enough. That was good, and I didn't like that little tail or that little wick at the end. So I got out here. I'm happy with the trade, but then look. No reason to get out, no reason to get out, no reason to get out whatsoever until here. 144.14 instead of 143.06. So it was still positive, but as Kamal pointed out to me, it wasn't structured. You just discretionarily took the exit, which is true. But regardless, glad that I took it where I took it, because now look what's happened to it. So there's one trade there, and then Apple. This was just a quick little 5-minute trade. We rejected the -3rd ATR channel. We had a V1. We rejected the 50-day moving average. I bought it intra-bar when it happened. When the V1 happened, I got out at 395.26. I got in at 395.26. I got out at 396.36. So it was over $1 a share in 5 minutes. And so I went ahead and took it, and then luckily I missed out on all of this. I was actually waiting, so good profitable trade. I was waiting for Apple to come down to this 200-day, but the RSI was too low. Now, let's see, did we go under 30, over 30? Let's see. 3091, 3270, 3210. No, we didn't yet, but we do have a double bottom here near the 200-day moving average, so that's not too shabby. Okay, give me a second. I have to make a little adjustment here in a different account that I trade. Okay. Quad says, thanks. When I checked BA earlier, it was above those moving average. I'll keep an eye on it, but as it stands, I won't be buying. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that it rejected those. Frank says, the poem is a nice way of apologizing over GS, which is up nicely. I know. Pinsy has. We kind of knew it was going to happen, right? I think we all kind of knew. Excuse me. Steven Burns, buddy, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Steve says, Tesla is a move for the ages. Oh, let's take a look at Tesla then. Oh my. Look at that, everybody. From top to bottom. Oh my gosh, it was up 247 points, and now it's up $1. Wow. You know, that's kind of the perfect definition of like a blow off top, climax top. I mean, that's a major reversal. There was a lot of selling. That's unbelievable. Yeah, some of the techs have had some big reversals, but thanks for pointing that out, Steve. Appreciate it, my friend. All right. Let's go through, see how everybody else is doing here. All right, Kamal did buy FAS, which is 3 times financials, bought it here at 31.62. Currently it's 32.24, so up nicely on the trade, but well off of its high. Monster, Steve, Karen, Bob did buy Monster at 71.32. Was up nicely. Then it moved down. It was up big today, but reversed back up. So now slightly underwater on the trade. DDOG, oh my. Well, shoot. Frank did buy DDOG back here on 619. Bought it at 84.90. Went up, went down, had a big, nice run up, but today down 9.24%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it took about 6 days of gains in one day. But you know, we kind of know that's what happens, right? That we go up and we go up and we go up, but the market always comes down much faster than it goes up. But the good news, Frank's still positive on the trade. Snap is another one that Frank's had a really nice trade on. Frank bought this back here at 18.75 on the 28th of May, and this thing has just been a monster. Like everything else today, though, went up, reversed back down. Looks like we have a bearish engulfing, but still a monster trade for Frank. Beyond Meat. All right, I still show Frank and Pinsy in this. Frank bought it here at 127.03. Looks like he's close to break even at the moment. Pinsky did buy this back here at 144.40, and it's been down ever since. So that's down pretty big today. TLT, we have a little up movement on TLT. Frank did buy this back on at 156.10. A bunch, I think the whole group bought it back here with the rejection of this, or a lot of the group with the rejection of the 30 RSI and also with the bounce off of the 6 ATR channel. Moved up here. I got out here when we had a close below the previous day's low. Then it just kind of moved sideways, but it's had a nice little leg up again. So Frank's nicely up on that. Work, Kamal did have a nice trade on Work. He bought it back here on the 6th of July at 31.06. Moved up nicely. Today it was up huge, but now it's down a little bit, threatening to have a V1, but still up nicely on the trade. AMD, Evan did buy AMD at 53.37. I know that he scaled out, which I'm glad to hear, and kept some. It was up big today, but you know, now we're below the previous day's low. But I believe Evan did tell me that he did sell some, scale out of a lot, which good to hear that. XLP, Kamal did buy XLP Friday at 60.30. Was up nicely earlier, but like a lot, we have just reversed back down, but still positive on the trade. That's the main thing. SPY, Frank did buy SPY with a bounce off the 200-day moving average, I believe. This V1 bought it here at 302.52. Was up a ton earlier, but now it's down a little bit on the day, but still nicely. He bought it at 302.52. It's at 317. Steve, dang, when I looked at Google earlier, it was up nicely. Steve did buy Google at 1494.50 with the 1030 SMA crossover. Was up nicely, but now it is down. So it's rejected the third ATR channel. Did it reject the 70? Let's take a little look. Yeah, it did. Rejected the 70, rejected the third ATR channel, V1 to the downside. Yep. But still positive on the trade. And then Frank has had a monster day on Moderna. Bought at 61.19 on the 8th of July. Moved up right away, had a little bit of a pullback, not a big deal, and then up 16.87% today. Wow, huge gain. Nice going, Frank. Beautiful. Goldman Sachs. Well. The one that no one took except for Pinsky. Pinsky did buy it, although a half position, but good for you. Did have a 520 crossover, did have a V2, did have a close over the 200-day moving average, has earnings in a couple days, but I'm glad someone had it up nicely. EXE, Evan did buy EXE at 37.39. Higher low V2 above the 50-day moving average. It is holding the 50 right now. It is holding the 50-day moving average. So far so good. Caterpillar. Wow, nice. Pinsky had a nice trade back here at 124.80 on the 25th. Moved up, came back down a little bit, but strong day today. Took out this fractal over here. So up nicely there. And then I think Kamal just sent 30.70. Oof. Well, shoot. All right, so Kamal did buy DraftKings at 30.70 intraday here. And this one is just kind of puke to the downside. All right, so some winners, some losers. Pretty volatile day here, really. I think Frank's the big winner, though, with the Moderna. Let's see, I'll put that over there and that over there, and then we'll be good. Wow, what a reversal. Quad says, if only we'd invested all in Tesla a couple months ago, we could all retire. I agree. Steve Burns says, VIX has been holding the 200-day moving average. Oh, yeah, you know, I forgot to mention, I did buy VIX this morning. I was telling Kamal about it, and the reason that I bought it, if we look here at the VIX index, like Steve just said, it is holding the 200-day moving average, but I'm not trading the VIX index, but it is up 10% today. I did buy VXX this morning. Was fortunate. I bought it this morning. I bought options on it, and you can see it's up nicely today. But Kamal said, "Why did you buy it?" And I just said, "Look, the market's been going up, up, up. The VIX has not been going down, down, down. There's a divergence there. I thought it was a bit of a good little hedge, and it was. This was a great trade, but not. I didn't express the trade in shares, but I did buy options out to September. But they're up nicely for sure." All right. Steve says Tesla is one of the biggest moves I've ever seen, including the .com. I agree. PNC said I gave up on Beyond Meat. Okay, listen, if you don't mind, guys, if you can, just wait till the end, because otherwise I get sidetracked, right, with, I got to update this and update that. Frank says, I was stopped out of all Beyond, TELT, dog, all positive trades. Thanks, Craig, for the 70 RSI intraday measurement on Google. Claudia, hi, Claudia. Good to see you. Hi, Greg. Nice to be able to hear listening to your valuable teachings. Thank you, Claudia. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Steve says, lots of big reversals today, many bearish engulfing candles. Glenn says, stay-at-home stocks getting hammered. Square, Crowd, DocuSign, all down more than 6%. Rotation into financials this week, perhaps. I agree. Looks like there is some rotation for sure. Okay. Wow, I'm just looking at that VIX trade. That's a monster trade. That's a monster trade. I had to look at it twice. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, good. Good for me. Okay. So listen, before we go down through the watch list, before we take a look at some potential new trades for today, do want to kind of go outside of technicals and just talk about trader psychology, trader philosophy. There's some really good Facebook and Twitter channels out there. And of course, our favorite, Steve Burns, is a member of the New Traders, Rich Traders podcast over on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, join us over there, New Traders, Rich Traders. It's a really, really good, kind of serious channel. But let's see what Steve has to say. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient, by Warren Buffett. Well, that's about right, isn't it? The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. If you look back over history, it always happens. Things get too low, right? Things get too high, but just be patient. Warren Buffett also says that there's no 3 strikes rule in the market. You can stand there and wait for the perfect pitch, so to say, before you make your entry. And, I see a lot of people, they're just not patient enough, waiting for a pullback to the value zone. That's one form of patience. Waiting for a full rejection of the 30 RSI. That's another type of patience. Right. In Market Wizards, I can't remember who it is. Maybe somebody knows. But he basically says, I just wait till there's money in the corner and I go pick it up. Well, I'm not quite sure what he means by that. I'm sure it has to do with patience, that he's very patient so that when he sees something, he feels like it's money that you just go pick up. I'm not sure. But if anybody can figure out what it means that money is just sitting over in the corner, please let me know. But that is definitely what one of the Market Wizards said. So anyway, thank you, Steve. But it's just a reminder, be patient. Let the trade come to you. Let the setup come. Don't get, impulsive and want to just take something real quick just to take it. Just be patient. It's a huge part. It's the one advantage that us retail traders have over the large financial institutions. They cannot be patient. They have order flow that they have to deal with. We can be patient. It's our number one advantage. So why don't we just use it? Yeah. Steve says IWM reversal at the 200-day moving average resistance again. Muhammad is here. Hey, good to see you, my friend. Man, this is a crazy, crazy day. Excuse me. Apple was up 15 points or something at one point today, and now it's up $1. I mean, you know what? I've got to grab a drink. Sorry, I got some in my throat. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't think I was going to make it through. Good to see you, Muhammad. Steve says, I just wait until there is money lying in the corner, and all I have to do is go over there and pick it up. I do nothing in the meantime. Jim Rogers, that's right. Thank you, Steve. I think he means great risk to reward ratios with a huge margin of safety. Yep, for sure. For sure. Be interesting to know what his ratios are and what he thinks, but I think you're 100% right. Yep, Jim Rogers. I always remembered going, well, that'd be nice to just go pick up money in the corner. That'd be fantastic. All right, let me just take a quick look. Okay, BRKB is not looking so hot. Glad that I got the one profit target. It is still holding the one ATR channel as support underneath it. It still is holding the 50. I'm inclined to keep this one. Disney, oh man, that's pretty nasty. I mean, that's a V1 to the downside. It's a bullish engulfing bar. It's under my entry price. Boy, this is a tough one. MU. Man, am I glad I hit 2 profit targets today. Holy smokes. Very likely I'm going to get out of this. This is, I mean, you know, I when I talk to my students, I talk to them about, you know, if you're in a trade and you get a big volatile bar, something big nasty, you know, in my opinion, it's always legitimate just to be able to get out of that based upon that. And this is a huge reversal bar, man, just huge. SPY is down nicely. I'm sure glad I got out when I did. I will be buying that again at the close. Oil is down, and looks like everything's down. Well, that's going to put a bit of a damper, I think, on potential entries today. Let's take a look. Here are the potentials. GCI group, which is GIB. We did trigger this fractal. Here's the high with 2 lower highs to the right, 2 lower highs to the left. It's well off of its high. It is holding the 50 RSI. I mean, it's okay, but well off of its high. TGT, I'm definitely not buying that. Boy, that is about as nasty as it gets there. Holy smokes. Yep, I'm not going to buy into that. WIN did have a fractal. Here's a high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. Did reject the 50-day moving average already, so that one is probably off the board as well. PLAY. This one's not too bad. It's not too great either, but it's not too bad. We did have a false breakout to the downside and a V1. We were up higher today. We have pulled back, which should give a little bit of an entry point. That one is okay. Let's look at the weekly. Just kind of moving sideways. SFM was looking fairly decent earlier. I thought it would be kind of a nice V1. We only had one day of close of sideways motion, but it looked like we were going to go under 50, over 50, maybe get above the 50-day moving average, in which case I would let 1 day slide as far as the moving sideways, but right now it doesn't look like that. ORTX, V1 to the downside, under 30, over 30. Let's look at the week. Weekly is hanging at the 2 ATR channel blue bar. Do have the 10-day moving average up here that we haven't been able to get a hold of, but MACD is positive. You know, this one so far is probably the best. TGT, not going to get involved with that. That just means there's a ton of selling up here. I don't want to get involved with that. BMY looked like it was going for a V2, close above the 200. That doesn't look like it's working. Wing, wow. I don't know what Wingstop does, but they are well into the value zone. Just, you know, another example, everybody, of when I was talking about being patient. Everything looks good up here at the third ATR channel. The news is good. People are talking about how they're making money. But man, if you can just step away from that, you're really much better waiting for, if you just have to buy something, to wait for the value zone and sell when it's above value. So anyway, nothing there to buy today, but just a good example of waiting for the return to values. UNH, it's a big bar today. I just don't think that it gives a good risk to reward ratio at this point. ICE, yep, don't want to get involved with that, with the rejection of that 50. Dollar General, do not want to get involved in that. Starbucks, don't want to get involved in that. 5, same with that. Boeing, had promise earlier, but not now. UUP, did have a false breakout to the downside. We didn't go under 30, over 30. This is interesting though. What's interesting here is that we have a bottom and a bobbin, and we still have positive MACD. You know what? Give me 1 second, please. Let me take care of a little business in that other account. Okay, that's taken care of. CSX, pretty strong. Pretty strong, under 50, over 50. Close back over the 200-day moving average. Let's look at the week. Weekly is winding up, getting ready to do something, right? It's above 50. I mean, it's still positive on the day, which is pretty good. And it went under 50, over 50, and a V2. Yeah, that one is replaced my favorite. CX and Ortex. Okay, ESNG, nope. And then VXX. Hey, hey, hey. I'm glad for that one. But again, that was, like I said, that one was a call that I bought. All right. And what you heard was that was me selling my calls. We're getting close to the end of the day. It was a big monster move. It rejected the 50-day moving average, and it rejected it hasn't rejected the 50 RSI. But if I was in a regular trade, I would have gotten out here just for the fact that it did reject the 50-day moving average. So that was a monster trade. That was really good. So, you know, what I like right now, potential CSX and potential Orchard Therapeutics. Those are my two favorite. We have a V2, under 50, over 50, close back over the 200-day moving average, and we did go red-green on the bars. That one's up nicely on the day, although let me look at the volume intraday and see what this is like. Guess it's okay. CSX is, you know, a little more solid, recognizable name. All right, first things first, have to take care of current positions. So let me cancel the rest of these. Now, what do I want to do with BRKB? I'm more inclined to hold this one because it's holding the 1 ATR channel, and I'm more inclined to hold it because it's holding the 50 RSI. MACD is still positive. Disney, boy, you know what? That's a tough one. I mean, it did hit my 1 ATR channel. I am break even. This is a big bar down. I am inclined to sell Disney. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to sell it right now. You know, taking a break-even trade is nothing wrong with that, especially on a big reversal bar like this. All right, so I am out of Disney here and here. Yeah, I just don't see how I can hold Micron with that kind of move and this kind of volume. I just can't do it, so I'm going to get rid of that. XLU, you know, I am going to hold that as long as it holds the 50 RSI. That's my plan there. And as far as new things today, possibly CXX with that close above the 200-day if it does, but now it's lost the 50 RSI also. And ORTX, well, it is up today. MACD is positive. We did go under 30 over 30. Yeah, I'm probably just going to have to go ahead, and that will probably be my only trade for today. Will be ORTX. But we did go under 30 over 30. V1 MACD is positive. It's green on the day. Wow, Apple is basically break even on the day. That's incredible. It was up $15. I mean, what a major reversal. Unbelievable. I mean, this is just insane. And now all the indexes are red. Oh my gosh. This is insanity. This is literally insanity. Steve says California to close indoor restaurants, movie theaters, and bars statewide. Mm-hmm. That shutdown may have broken the market. I think you're right, Steve. Kamal says ORTX might be less volume. Might be less volume. Steve says, I exited all my long positions. I'm all in cash now due to the blow off top and bearish engulfing everywhere back into the ranges. Yep. I think that's a pretty good idea, Steve. For sure. Orchard's now under the 30. My gosh. I'm just blown away that Apple was up $15 and now it's underwater. I mean, that's just crazy. It's just crazy. CSX is under 50 RSI now. Most likely I am not going to be taking anything here as well. What a day. What a day. We have about 8 minutes left. Holy smokes, the Nasdaq's down 2%. That's unbelievable. So I think I am going to keep my Berkshire. Again, because it's over the 50 and it's holding that 1 ATR channel of support underneath it. Disney I already got rid of, thankfully. Micron I got rid of. Thankfully hit those two profit targets. Holy smokes. SPY, I'll be definitely getting a discount on that at the end of the day. USO is fine. XLU, I'm going to hold that. Well, 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 well. Well, this is all interesting. Kevin Frost, hello all. Are you looking at any medical vaccine stocks? Well, I think Moderna is one. Frank, did you sell Moderna as well? Not any in particular, Kevin. The only one I was looking at today was ORTX, which I can't even tell you that it's a vaccine stock, but it doesn't look like it's going to trigger for me anyway. Glenn said, glad I sold CRM last week. I remember you sold CRM, Glenn. That was great. Yeah, I just don't see anything on the menu today. I'm keeping Berkshire. I did get rid of Disney. I did get rid of Micron. We'll be buying SPY end of day, holding oil, and XLU, holding XLU. But that's about it. I don't see anything on the list today whatsoever. Boy, what a wild one, huh? VIX has just skyrocketed like crazy. Frank says yes, out of mRNA. Okay. Nice trade there, Frank. Beautiful. NVAX is the only one I'll be taking. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's up 11% today. That's good. A little outside my range to buy, but you know, these kind of stocks can go crazy, but for me it's just kind of not in my sand lot as far as, you know, where I buy stuff. Frank says, "Thanks, Greg, but it did give me gray hair." Hey, join the club, Frank. I got gray hair. That was a nice trade, though. All right. Berkshire's rallying a little bit here. All right, we have 1 minute on this interesting day. That was epic. That was an epic blow off, reversal, just crazy, chaotic day. Wow. Up 500 points on the Dow to up 15. Okay, that's the market. That's the day. Wow. Listen, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer. If you want me to make any additions or subtractions to the board with your positions, please let me know. But before I do that, just real quick, just want to remind everybody that I do offer private one-on-one coaching and teaching lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I've had really good success with my clients. I teach a course. It's 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, so it's a total of 15 hours. I have studied with some really great traders over the last 24 years, like Stephen Burns, Dr. Alexander Elder, Kerry Lavorne, Larry Williams, and I've learned a lot from these gentlemen, and everything I teach in my course is what I've learned from them. And it's a long form course. Like I said, 15 hours one-on-one. There's a lot of interaction. I teach the first part. The second part, You teach it back to me. I ask you lots of questions. You have to be on your toes, but I think the best way to learn is one-on-one and real intense back and forth. And when you're done with the course, I'm almost certain that you're really going to understand and know what to do with yourself in the market, regardless of what's happening. Doesn't mean you're always going to be profitable, but you'll know what a correct trade is, what a clean trade is, proper position sizing, proper profit targets, good risk to rewards, all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, I think you would, I think you really would enjoy it. Please contact me. You can send me a email, which is in the description of this video, or you can send me a direct message on Twitter at Gossett Trading. And if you do contact me, I'll ask and see if you'd like to set up a Skype call. It's free. It's not a sales call. I won't ask if you want to take the course. I promise you. It's just a Skype call for us to get to know each other a little bit better. I'd like to know more about you and your trading and your challenges and your goals. It's a good time for you to ask me any questions about myself or the course. Totally fine. And then we'll see if we're a good fit. But like I said, I just want to reiterate, it's not a sales call. I will not be asking you if you want to take the course. I'll just say, hey, nice meeting you. If you're interested, think about it. You can email me if you're interested. And then if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the thumbs up button. It does help grow the channel. Lets YouTube know that there's something valuable there. So I would really appreciate it if you could just take a half a second and do that before you get out of here. All right, so listen, let's see. I have physical therapy today, so that's exciting. So I bought SPY at 314.84. So for me, wow. Okay, 314.84. Bam, just like that. All right, Berkshire, I did stay in. Disney, I know Steve got out of Disney. I got out of Disney. So that's gone. Micron, I did get out of. I have Frank, Kamal, and David still in that. So if there's any updates there, let me know. So I ended off with keeping Berkshire, ended off with keeping XLU. Of course, I had the new overnight SPY trade and USO. So all in all, not that bad of a day, but I was lucky enough to have that VXX and hit some of those profit targets. So grateful for that. Okay, now Kamal is out of everything. So I'm going to take Kamal off of there. I know Steve's out of Google. Okay, FAS, Kamal is out of FAS. Monster, I know Steve is out of Monster. I don't know about Karen and Bob, but I'm taking Steve off. DDOG, I believe Frank told me he's out of all of that. Okay. Snap. All right, Frank is out of Snap. Beyond Meat, Frank is out of that. I don't know about Pincy. TLT. Let's see, Frank, are you out of TLT also? Yeah, you are. Back to cash. Okay. Ooh, the board's disappearing, but that's good because it's a bad day. Work. Kamal is out of work. Kamal's out of work. All right, I have Evan, not sure there. XLP, Kamal is out of that as well. I guess Frank is out of everything, so that means I'm I'm going to take Frank off of the SPY. IWM, is anybody in that? No. Apple. Goldman Sachs, I don't know about Goldman Sachs. Pincy's still in that. EXC, Evan, Caterpillar, Pincy, and DraftKings. Kamal is out of that. All right, well, I hope I'm getting this correct. All right, let's see what else we have. Mohammed says, Greg, suppose I see an entry trigger such as a V2 or EMA cross and the same day open with a gap. Should I take it? Well, I have a rule, Mohammed, on a V2. If I do have a gap that triggers the V2, if it's larger than 1/4 ATR, I will not take it. That's a filter that I have. Trying to see if I have a V2 anywhere here. Here's a V2. Well, on the weekly, just because it's in front of me. Here's a V2. Bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 2 washes out bar 1, bar 3 closes above bar 1 is closed. It didn't, do you see how it did gap here? From bar 2 to bar 3, it gapped. Probably a little less than 1/4 ATR, but then it came down and filled it. Then it's okay. But if from bar 2 to bar 3 on a V2, if it gaps more than 1/4 ATR, and 1/4 ATR is, you know, 1/4 from here to here or from here to here. So here's a half, here's 1/4. So if the gap that creates the V2 is larger than 1/4 ATR, I will not take the trade unless intra-bar it comes back down and then goes back up. As far as crossovers, I'm not as stringent on the crossovers with gaps. I'm more likely to take a crossover if it has a gap, but on a straight V1 or V2, no, I don't. I will just let that one go. Steve Burns says, somebody got hurt today. Glad 2 of my 3 exits were still profitable due to the entry. The other one was a tiny loss. Yep. Nice going, Steve. Quad says, hey, Greg, I'm out of MU. Nice little profits. I phased out when I saw it reject the 1 ATR. Okay. You know what, Quad? I don't think I saw that I had you on MU. Oh well. So, oh, you are in ORTX. Okay. Oh, it did close over 30. Good for you. Good for you. All right, got you there, Quad. Frank says, this was a Jaws day at the beach. Dun, 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 dun. Steve Burns says, glad to be on the same page as Kamal now. Yep, meaning flat. I'm glad to be on the same page as you, Steve, says Kamal. Pinsky says, exited Beyond Meat. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. And Caterpillar. Okay, that was profitable. And Goldman Sachs. All right, nice trade on Goldman Sachs. Okay. Frank says, no app needed today, Kamal. That's right. Steve says the S&P index was positive for 2020 briefly at the highs today. Closed AMD, obviously. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Frank said stopped out of MU, break even. Okay. I don't know about David, if David's still in there, but I'll leave that up. Gary, good to see you, buddy. Hey, Greg and all. I'm out of MU. Okay. Did I have David on there? Yes, okay. I think David had a good day today. If we still have puts, not sure, Dave, but I'm obviously hoping you do now. Karen is flat. Okay. So I'm taking Karen off of Berkshire and off of XLU. Oh, and Kamal is off there as well. Man, we're doing some house cleaning today. Frank says this was a California surf wipeout. Glenn says historically this week is weak with the low expected around 30.80. And what are we at the moment? $31.52. Okay. Glenn says AMD took a hit as well as MU. Wow, that was epic, everyone. That was freaking epic. And if you don't know what freaking means, that's stuff we say in Utah, where we want to swear but we can't. So we say freak instead of other words. Freak or fetch are also allowed. Frank says, I should have just repeated Friday's poem or on cash as a position. Yeah, that was a good poem. That was a good poem. So, I have no one in MU. Is that correct? I think that's correct. I have quad with a new position in ORTX. Monster. Is Bob out of Monster? I know Karen is. So I'm going to leave Bob there because I'm not sure. Apple, no, nobody in Apple. I just can't believe Apple was up 15 or 16 bucks today and it's down $1.59. I mean, it's hard to even comprehend that. Wow. All right, so quick recap. Utilities, I'm glad that I hit that one profit. I am still in there. It's holding the 50. MACD is positive. SPY in at the close. USO just slightly positive on the trade. And BRKB, one profit target. But I did hold it because it's over the 1 ATR channel. And it is holding the 50. And it was green today. Okay, Bob, good. Thank you for letting me know. So I do have Bob still in Monster. Thank you, Bob. All right. Well, listen, everybody. Wild and crazy day. Just a good reminder to us that we never know what can happen during the day. You know, Always comes back to position sizing, not having too many positions, not too much correlation, all the stuff that I ad nauseum talk to you about every day. I'm sure you get tired of it, but this was a good example of those kind of days. So remember, we have to manage risk, right? If we manage risk correctly and do all those things with position sizing and correlations and all that kind of stuff, if we can just focus on that, the gains will come. But if you focus on gains without paying any attention to risk, that's when you lose money. I'm telling you, it's the truth. And anybody out there that's been trading for a while will also tell you that that's the truth. So, well, listen, we pared down the board from about 16 positions to 3. So, you know, I'm glad to see everybody having an exit plan, right? So, listen, before I go, I've got to head over to the physical therapist. So before I go, I just want to leave you off 2 things. Please go out and try to do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile, a hello, a wave. Just be kind, courteous. If everybody were to do that, we would live in a much different world. So you could all start with us, just one little thing a day. And then number 2, if you could just take a half a second, hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate that. So, yep, epic day. Good to understand these things can happen. Frank says, trading is a lot of work, man. Yes, sir. It is. It is. It's all fun until it's not, right? So I've got to get out of here a little early because I got to head to the appointment. So thanks again for coming. Should be interesting to see tomorrow what happens if we get some follow through. But nice to see everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Be good. Be safe. And hopefully see you tomorrow, which will be Tuesday during the last hour. Thanks again, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.